Welcome back. So here we are at Stalker Castle and Castle Stalker. The conditions tonight, I don't think it gets much better than this. I think you can shoot this from the other side on that grassy knoll over there. I think you can shoot from over there as well, but I didn't know that, so I've come here. I'm on this side of it and you can see there she be. So we're getting some gentle reflections. Sun's just dipping down. Golden hour is about to kick off. There's high cloud. The mountains even in here are all starting to look gorgeous. And I think that's the one advantage of shooting it from the other side. You get the mountains as the backdrop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rattle off a huge pano, I think, to try and capture them. Because the other problem that you have in this side is that island there. Can you see it? Gets in the shot. So you're sort of forced to shoot wider than perhaps you would like to, whereas if it was not there, and in one of these images it might not be there, you can get closer in on the castle and bring the mountains forward with sort of some zoom compression. But wow, absolutely awesome. What a great end to this day. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow as well, because I've got loads more planned for tomorrow. I'm still here for a day and a half. I've gone round loads of bits. So I'll show you this little competition that I've lined up now, and click the button. You can see I'm going to have to wait for the light, I think, because I do think this sky is going to kick off. So I am going to wait for the light and just see if we can get something, but I'll show you the composition that I've lined up anyway. So there she is. I've purposely put it on the line of thirds. Got some nice seaweed in the foreground. I might just lift it up slightly to see where the you see where this here is just breaking the reflection. So I might just lift it up ever so slightly just to get a bit of separation there, and we'll see what happens. I'm on the 24mm at the moment, 24-70, shooting about what 30mm I would say. But yeah, if this one's any good, I'll stick it up now for you. Well, that well and truly put the mockers on it, didn't it? The sun's gone behind the cloud, but there's still time. I've moved it further down the beach because I like that composition I just took. I love that composition. I think it's really nice, but there's just a couple of bits that I just wasn't happy with. One was I don't like that island. I don't like that island in it. And yeah, all right, we could go down the Photoshop route, just take it out, but I'm trying not to do anything like that. I want the images that you see to be the images as they were. Now I will remove little bits and stuff, but I think taking out a whole island is probably, it goes against what I like to do as a photographer. So I've moved a bit further down because this has allowed me to isolate the castle, and it's allowed me to bring the mountains into the vision and view as well. So let me flick you around, have a little look at this comp. Now that, I think, is a much nicer composition than round where we were before. Few reasons. One, this mountain that's in here is now a little bit further behind the castle, which I found was a bit distracting before. You've got this mountain in here as well, which now can be brought into the shot. I can zoom into 50mm and still keep that mountain in the shot, and I've almost got rid of all of that island. Now yeah, alright, I'm going to take that little corner out there, or I'll crop it in ever so slightly when I get it into post. But I've lifted the tripod up slightly as well, and I've set the water on the third line. So all in all, I think it's a much nicer composition than before. But you let me know. I've rattled up a big panel as well, so you can have a look at that and see what you think. Now I think it's nice, but again, the castle is quite small in it because I use the wide angle. Now maybe with this I should do a pano with the 24-70 at 50mm, which 50mm is a nice range because it's like what the human eye sees. So it's almost like what you would see if you came down here and looked at it, which I don't shoot a lot of stuff at 50mm really. It's either sort of wide angle, 16mm, 24mm, something like that, or it's zoomed in. But it seems to work in this instance. Just shows you, always try something new. and I do get stuck in my ways, I think, with a lot of this photography. Like, I've just got a habit of, as soon as I get to a location, putting the tripod down as low as I can, as you probably saw in the last cut. Tripod's almost on the deck. And sometimes that's brilliant, it works a treat, but sometimes it just calls for, put the tripod up, take it as you see it, and hopefully that sun lights that sky up. Could be on for an absolutely beautiful, beautiful shot. And it's a lovely day to lovely way to wind the day down. Alright, cool, I'll flick you back on if the sky kicks off. Well, I think I'm going to call it. That big bank of cloud now has basically put pay to any chance, I think, of getting a pink sky. So, not to worry, can't complain, got some nice images I think there, so it would have been nice if it had just blown up though. As is always the way. As the landscape photographers, we always want a bit more, don't we? But yeah, absolutely amazing day today, so onwards and upwards to tomorrow. Now tomorrow I've got a few choices to make. I'm tempted to go back. Having seen where the light falls now on the buccal, I might go, depending on what the forecast's going to be like, I may go and try and shoot that iconic shot, because I think it will light the buccal the way that the sun rise, that direction of light, which might look quite good, and it's not that far away. So I'm going to have a look at that, maybe, but I will do some research this evening, and I will see you in the morning.
Apologies for the noise, I've literally left the little microphone thing in the car. Just I came for a sunrise, non-existent, low cloud mist, but look at behind me, look what it's created. So I've dived in the car, come straight back to the honeypot spot just to see if I can get a better image than I got yesterday of this location. And I'm going to have a little walk up the river. Big vista shooting today, I think. I want to go to the cauldron after this and try and get a shot right down the valley with the river in the front. And then after that, tonight I'm going to go and shoot the wreck. There's an old boat wreck, so I'm going to go and try and shoot that. High tide's about 3:10, so I'm going to try and get there for high tide, see if it'll be submerged. Doesn't look like a big tide though, that's the only problem, but we'll see. I'll show you this little composition here, have a look at this. Just look at that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Slightly underexposing it, just so that I can bring the shadows back in post, but I don't want to blow the highlights out on the river. And I want to try and create some more movement in the water, but not a soul here today. They missed out today. So I'm going to do what I said that guy yesterday didn't do, and stand here about 40 minutes, just see what happens. You see, it's just catching the top there. If it catches it even more, it's going to be a real image, this one. Really nice. Right, anyway, onwards and upwards. Sorry for the noise. So this is the composition that I was shooting yesterday, but obviously today with the light, it's and the mist, so much more dramatic. I'll let you have a look at it now. You have a look at this. Look at that. Very simple. Waterfall in the middle, mountain in the background. I threw the 6-stop in just to smooth it all out. That looks quite ethereal. It's quite nice. And then I've done some short shutter speeds as well. Try saying that after a few beers. And it looks great, love it. So I'm going to a little walk further up the river. I left my bag all the way down there, I need to go and get my bag. But yeah, Awesome morning this morning, absolutely awesome. So I stuck around this location for a while, and now the light started. Have a little look at this fella. It takes itself really. Waterfall in the foreground, bugle in the back. With a bit of light, it's amazing how it makes it look totally different. So stick around, take a few more shots of this, and if they're any good, stick them up now for you. So, here we are at the boat wreck. I put a 3 words up for where this is. I'm a bit underwhelmed, if I'm being honest. The mists rolled right in, which I thought, well, that's going to be quite cool because it'll look ethereal, but the tide hasn't really come in high enough. I've probably got another hour before it's in full, but I can't see it going all the way around the boat, and the beach isn't very nice. And you can't see the mountains. So it might well have been a bit of a wasted trip this, but at least I've seen it, that's the thing. So I'm thinking it's going to be black and white, that's a given. But it's trying to find the right angle to take it. Now there's a guy down here, he's just taking a picture of it. And he's taking it looking the other way, so I might have a little look at that. I've seen pictures of it taken from this angle before, and I had a little walk around it. And I think part of the problem is because of the orientation of the boat, unless you're going to get in the sea, you're probably going to struggle to get like a nice shot of that. Plus if I flip around here, there's quite a bit of industrial stuff going on in the background. Now that's not to say you couldn't just Photoshop that out, but having said that, do you really want to do that? This guy's getting quite serious down here, he's squatting down. So always good to watch other photographers and how they do it. Might have a little look at that, pinch that off him later. This mist is lovely. It's just a shame it's not all in, so it's just the boat standing on its own, but we'll see. It's rolling this way, so you never know. Anyway, I'm going to try and line up a comp, and I'll flick you back on as and when I do it. So, lined up a little shot, flick the Z8 into so you can see it in black and white. It's actually quite nice. Very moody, very moody. Mist's adding to it, I think, to be honest. It's adding to it. So blowing this way as well. Some islands are just there as well. I might get the long lens out and have a shoot of that later, but I'm not sure if there'll be anything left of it if this mist keeps coming this way. Don't think it's going to be a sunset tonight anyway. I think that's a given. But it is a unique structure. Just the fact it's just been left to rot, and looks like some of the kids have been playing pirates on it because they've got a rope that's hanging up the side of it. I'll show you the comp anyway that I've got. So there you go. It's not going to set the world on fire, this, but it's quite nice. Definitely ethereal with like the fact you can't see the horizon. No horizon blending needed in this one. Oh.
Well, that's it. That's Glencoe in a quick fire 4-day tour around. What an amazing place. It is just absolutely out of this world. I think I've been pretty lucky with the conditions that I've had. I'd have loved a bit more water in the rivers, have them in full force, so the River Co S bends are being full force, and that shot that I took with the buccal and the tree, would have been more water in the river there, but you can't have everything. You can't have everything, and to be honest, at least it hasn't been like this every single day, which is always the worry. I think a lot of people, though, they don't come in November because I don't know if there's a lot of rain, and I also think that the sun's in the wrong place. So the sun is going down behind the mountains rather than blasting through the valley. So I think that probably earlier in the year is probably better, or then you come in the winter, the proper winter with snow and stuff like that. So I'm already planning the next trip. Got to see if the officer for enjoyment prevention will let me come. But anyway, don't forget, if you like the content, give us a like, give us a subscribe, all helps the channel. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Wow, superb.